Thank you.
I'm pastor organizer, that's Reverend F.C. Barnes, well, Bishop F.C. Barnes now. And we started from like an all-male course. We got together because we needed an all-male course to sing on a Sunday morning. And he came in and rehearsed with us and put our voices together. And after that, we decided that we wanted to start a quartet. The Sunset Jubilaires started in 1966. And we started it in his house many nights that we kept him woke. And finally, he just got tired of us raising a whole lot of noise. So he got up and said, well, I'm going to help you guys. And William, you sing baritone, and Hayward, you sing tenor. And that's the way it got to going. And he said, you all sing that voice until you learn how to sing. And that's what we did. And after we learned how to sing, then we was able to switch around and do different parts.
My name is Luther Barnes, and I came into the group, the Sunset Jubilaires, I guess about 15, 20 years after they got started. Later, I was just a young boy, and I was begging to just go with the group, much less sing. I just wanted to travel with them, and I'd be one of those guys that would stand off stage waiting for an opportunity to run on stage, in case one of them got tired, something like that, I could jump in and help out. And I got brave enough one day to tell them that they were singing wrong. And they said, well, if you know so much, you show us what we're supposed to be doing. And I tried to straighten the voices out and that kind of thing, and help them out. And that's how I started singing with the group. But I got another little story I want to tell you about. Our name, the name of the group is the Sunset Jubilaires. It started out as the Sunset Jubilettes. They were trying to rhyme the name Sunset Jubilettes. And then I guess about 6 months later, they found out that "let's" referred to women. So we had to quickly change the name to the Sunset Jubilaires. They call it some of everything: the Jubilees, gospel Jubilees, the gospel guys, singers, or whatever, the Barnes brothers, whatever. But our name is the Sunset Jubilaires.
My name is William Pope, and I am an original Sunset Jubilaires. I started in 1966. I sing baritone.
I'm Hayward Barnes, and I'm back in the day with William Pope in 1966 is when we got started. And we traveled in an old car, you know, and it was like 6 of us. And then Luther and Roy came along. That made 8. The car wasn't no bigger, but we still, you know, got everybody in the car. And we traveled up and down the road from that time up to now. And we sung every place, everywhere, all over the country. And God has blessed us, and we are so thankful.
My name is Donald Barnes. I started in the group in 1978. I was outside playing football. And them guys come by there talking about, you got to go play the drums. And I'm the drummer for the group. I told them I ain't want to go play no drums. I was playing football. And they come out, you got to go ride with us and play drums today. And then, the worst part about it, I had to sit on the motor of the van. There was no seat in the van for me to sit on. So I had to sit on the motor and ride all the way to Richmond, Virginia. Just like, 3-hour ride, but that's how I got started. They come got me out there playing football.
My name is Roy Barnes, and I'm a bass guitar player. Actually, when I got started in the group, they needed a bass guitar player. The one that they had at the present time was about to move from Rocky Mount to Washington, D.C. I actually knew nothing about playing the bass guitar. They just drafted me and said, we need a bass guitar player. Will you try? I said, no, I don't want to try. But they insisted, so I tried and worked on it a little bit and developed my own style, and that's where I am today, probably 30 years later from that point. So I thank God for the blessing of the little talent that He gave me and how I can use it.
The Sunset Jubilaires is dear to my heart. This group here, I've been with this group from the first time I learned to love quartet music. And I was fortunate enough to go to college to study music. And upon coming out of college, my dad made me the minister of music for this church here that we're in now. And so I sing with the choir, and I still love the quartet. So I was sort of bouncing from choir to quartet. And listening at the guys, the guys were very good singers. We could sing like the Jubilaires. They had the voices to sing like the Jackson Southernaires, the deep, heavy harmony, and I just loved that. But we were singing everybody else's songs. And so I just knew that in order for us to have our own identity, we had to start singing our own songs. So I started teaching the guys new songs. And for, I guess, 5 or 10 years, we were sort of in no man's land, because we were singing our own songs and nobody knew our song.
Right, yeah.
And they wanted to hear Willie Banks, they wanted to hear us do the Jubilaires and the popular groups at the time.
Yeah.
And we could do that, but we just refused to do that because we wanted to develop our own identity. And after a while, folks began to request our songs, like, we catching root here, we're catching root. And and until this day, in fact, we're singing one of our earliest songs tonight, By Grace I'll Make It Someday. That song is 25 years old or so. We were singing one of our first albums. We had that song on the album.
That's right.
And it's still bringing forth what God is doing for us to this day. That song is coming to fruition. By grace, I'll make it someday.
Yeah.
Amen.
It really was a struggle. We felt like that nobody was going to be able to ever recognize the group called Sunset Jubilaires. But what we did, we kept singing and kept rehearsing our own music. Like Luther said, he was writing music for us, and he said, we're going to keep singing, we're going to keep praying, we're going to keep loving one another. And whenever the Lord decides to elevate us, then we will be ready to step in the door.
That's right.
And that's how we've survived up until this day, because we love one another. We basically, when you see one, you see us all.
We are based right here from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. All of us are homegrown guys, basically a family group. I have 2 brothers in the group, first cousin, nephews, you name it, we got it in the group. And we're just a loving family. We try to stick together and stay together. When one hurts, all hurt. Whatever one feels, all feel.
Yeah.
And that's the way we survive. It is just trying to stick together and stay together.
When I think about quartet music, I think of a style that's God delivers His message to the people, and it's a very important style. People try to wipe it out. They try to ignore it. They try to act like we do not exist, but we're here. And I've been asked many times to not sing quartet. Don't worry about that. Let's do something else. That style is drifting away. And I have this choir thing, and I like contemporary music as well. Because I can do all of that. If you listen to my music closely, you can hear a lot of that in my music. Because I like good sounds. I like being different. I like doing creative kind of things. But I still like the old soul stares. I love the Dixie Hummingbirds, Pilgrim Jubilees, Nightingales, Judas Cheeks. You ever heard of Judas Cheeks? Hey, we need to know about him. Folks don't talk about Judas Cheeks, much anymore, But these are icons in the quartet industry. Joe LeGun, the greatest gospel singer. Should I be saying that on our interview? but anyway, Joe, hey, my regards to you, Joe, if you're listening. But we love you, and we will always identify ourselves with the quartet, and we try to pick it up, raise it up a level, so that we can have a smooth sound, we can have a heavy sound, that you won't have to adjust your radio when our music come on. You know how it is. Sometimes quartet ain't got the beat and the thump that the other music got. When you play quartet, a gospel, you got to go there and turn your bass up and all that kind of stuff. And we try to have it happening, but we don't apologize for quartet and what it is and what it has contributed to the field of music. And I'll always be a quartet lover. I have other things I love too, but I would not deny and turn my back on quartet. We're here to stay. Our mission basically is to preserve the quartet style, you know, and next is to minister to the hearts of the people through our songs. If you listen to our songs, we don't want just a lot of blabble, a lot of beat, but we want to say something. And sometimes the things that we say may be like, hey, them guys getting a little edgy there. You know, heaven on my mind. I'm determined. I got a made up mind. I can't stand around wasting my time. You know, I don't care what you say. You know, get out of my way, kind of thing. We're moving on, and it can be like, hey, them guys pretty serious. You know, you listen to their music, they're talking some serious stuff. You know, so we want to say something in our songs. I learned that from my father. You're going to hear from him in a little bit, but he always tells us, if you're just singing songs just for the sake of singing songs, trying to show off, it's like a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. Right. And we don't want to be that. We want to have something to say in our music that will change hearts, change minds, that will uplift people, encourage folk, and have a good time with the beat. You know, just have a great time, but also say something in the song.
We try to sing songs that has a message in it, just like Luther said. And in our years gone by and up until this day, people have came up to me and said, you know, that song that you sung last Sunday at the auditorium, he said, I came in sick, and when I left, I was healed through that song. And those are the things that we try to portray in our music. And we also try to portray that you can be successful being your own, doing your own thing, not copy behind the modern day stuff. You can be successful with traditional gospel.
Say also in songs, I think Luther write the best songs that anybody can write, because all his songs is it's got the words, it's got the hearing that, you know, it'll catch your ear, and people relate to that. There's songs we got on CDs and videos and stuff that we can't even sing anymore, but people like them. When you go to, you know, to your programs and to your singing like that, people ask you, well, why didn't you sing so and so and so? Oh, we can't sing that no more. We have to learn it all over. But there, wherever you go, there's somebody that always gonna tell you you didn't sing my song. But you know, you can't sing everybody's song. But God always, you know, he always fixes it. So when we get through, they're satisfied. We're gonna do one today, one of our new ones. He'll do just what he said. And this song come about, you know, Luther do all the writing, and I want to let you know now that Luther write anywhere. I mean, you can miss him sometime on the program. He's in the bathroom, but he's right. So, you know, I caught him doing this quite a few times. So I think that's one of the better places. You can study while you're there, all that. So this is the way he come about with all his good songs. You know, when he get ready to write, you can tell, because he'll slip away. And then a few months later, he come back and said, listen, fella, said, let's try this one. And it always works out. It be some of the best stuff that he ever written, all the time. And I just think he's one of the greatest writer, one of the greatest men that you'll find anywhere, anytime.
I want to say Luther is, I call him a music genius. Luther's my nephew. I'm a few years older than he is. I have total respect for him, for his music. And like I said, to me, he's a genius. He can take 2 words and make a song. He can take 5 words and make a song. And sometimes when he first brings a song, it doesn't make sense. But he always says, his motto with his music is, if you'll do it like I say, it'll work. It'll be right. And 99.9, and if you can go past that and miss 100, he's on the money. His music is like no other music that I know of. I have total respect for his music, and like I said, I have total respect for him as a person. He's a college graduate, and he took that and he put it with God and really made something out of it that it's amazing to me. He's an amazing person as far as his music. So I mean, I really have a great respect for him.
We got another new song that's going to be sung tonight that I know every individual can identify with. It's good to be here.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter about the age or anything like that. If you still here, it's good to be here.
Good to be here.
And if you got health and strength, you know, able to put on your own garments and everything and just move around, it's just good, to be here.
Oh yeah.
That's the way I see it. It's a great song, and he
Great
taught
song.
that song to us just last week. And he said, you know, we got to go to work. And he said, and I've got some things laid out. And he come in with a serious mind and let's have prayer before we do anything.
That's right.
And then he said, we got to go to work. And we know that he's serious because we are serious with him.
That's right.
Because he is our songwriter and leader. We love him. We wouldn't trade him in for anybody.
Nobody.
It's just good to be here.
Yes, I just want to say too that speaking of my father, I praise God for him because he opened a lot of doors for us.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
He really did. Before we got known, people knew about Reverend F.C. Barnes and Rough Side of the Mountain, and so when I would call folk on the phone, you know, I didn't say to son, said Jubilaires. I said, do you know Reverend F.C. Barnes? Oh yeah, Rough Side. Y'all gonna sing? Oh yeah. What y'all want to book him? I said, no. Wait a minute. Calm down. I'm not Reverend F.C. Barnes. I'm his son. Oh, who you are? Do you sing too? And it opened a lot of doors for us. I'm serious, and we thank God for that.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we are today is because of him. We've won Stellar Award. We're in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. We've been nominated for a Grammy Award, and we have. If you go to my office, you see awards all everywhere. You know, and just about every city we go to, we get the key to the city and the proclamations and all of that. But it all comes back home, and we thank our pastor and my father, Reverend F.C. Barnes, for our success.
Got this new song we're gonna do today about it's good to be here. And the quartet guys know what I'm talking about. We gonna drive that song. We gonna drive that boy today. So y'all come on and go with us. We gonna have a good time. All right.
I just want to say that day by day, as we travel and as we sing, I find that God has new mercies. And when folks think you're through, when folks think it's all done, we recorded Heaven on My Mind. Oh, you can't get no better than that. And then we come back with Leaning on Jesus Wherever I Go. Great release. All right, that's they're going to put them somewhere that they are done with. Come back with It's Your Time. You can't say when it's all over, when it's through. Okay, God has that, and you still have a message. And I just thank God for new mercies. I thank God for how he keeps us up, keeps us going. Sometimes the guys get sick. I go to praying and say, Lord, pick them back up, bring them back to the stage. Sometimes they have to sit down, while we're singing or something or other. But hey, somehow or another, we come back strong.
Yeah.
And I was concerned about Brother Pope being able to sing with us today. He's been sick under the weather the last month or two. But he's sitting here today.
Oh yeah. Thank God.
He's looking strong.
Thank God.
And
Feel good.
we ain't gonna let him off today. He got to go to work. He's got to work. And so I just thank God for that. It's not of our own credit, but God just extends us and gives us new life and new songs. Give us a message when even we think we're all done. Somebody will come to you and say, hey, I'm looking forward to the concert next week. I hear y'all going to be in our town coming up. And that gives me energy.
Right.
We got some work to do. Folks are still looking. They're still buying tickets, and they're coming out to hear us, and they're buying our music. And Malaco has embraced us, and they're expecting a lot of great things. So we're still here. We're on the scene, and we thank God for it.
Yeah.
Tell them about the gorilla in the van, man. The gorilla we used to have in the van. It was so cool.
Okay. I remember one year we went to Washington, D.C.
That's right.
And in our van, we had this gorilla that used to hang on the mirror. And, just sitting up there, hanging around, floating around while the van was bouncing. And one day we went to Washington, D.C., like I said, and it got real cold. And we didn't have no heat in the van. And we had to come all the way home. And when we got home, nobody could find that gorilla. The gorilla had got out of the van some kind of way. He got out. He said he wasn't going to freeze. So to this day, we never found the gorilla.
That is the truth.
I am the pastor. This is Reverend F.C. Barnes. and I'm the pastor of the Redbud Church. Not only the pastor, but the founder of the church. His church came by me and has been here ever since, and we founded the church in 1959, and we have grown tremendous since that time. Everything have not been easy, but we have more to be proud of than we do to complain about. Yes. So we try to talk about the proud things and the things, the goodness of the Lord, because if we're going to talk about the negative thing, we have to talk about the people. And we don't want to talk about the people today other than just saying that we're happy to be a part of people, because if we wasn't a part of them without the people, then what we do for the Lord would not be successfully. But the Lord expects us to do things and to help bring people into his place from the vineyard. So I give the credit because we have a lot of good friends, a lot of good people here in Rocky Mount, and because we have members from as far as Goldsboro, we have Wilson. We have quite a few members of Wilson, Enfield, and just about all the close surrounding towns and counties worship with us. And also we have members that have become members of this church. So I'm very, very grateful for it, very grateful for the church. And I realize in myself in being known, most people know me by singing. That's sort of the thing that actually put me, I would just say, on the map was singing. And and most people know me by that. And I have a great respect for the people. People have a great respect for me, and so on. And then Luther here, he's my son. I have one son older than him and two younger than him. He's my son. And we are very, very proud of him because he has done so much for the church, even though he has to be away a lot of time. But his support of this church has really helped the church to be what it is now. So when I think about what it was, then I can really appreciate what it is. Oh, yes. That's what it is. So I'm very, very grateful to be a part of the video and have my voice in it. It ain't as strong as it used to be, and all that. But I'm always glad to be a part of it. I'm always glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be recognized by him to realize that this it was his idea and his thing. That this. Video which we're fixing to make, all of that, I had nothing to do with it. He just said, Dad, we want to do so and so and so. Well, I really busy at some other things, but I said, I take time, in order to get this over and get this through, because he didn't have to recognize me or whatever, and I know he does. But he didn't have to do that, to have the tape, because they they're out there on their own. And really, I tell you this, I don't want him to hear it, but I don't know anything about this, what he's doing now. I don't know nothing about it. He just tell me what he want me to do, and I just do that. But he's the lead to all of this. The people are gathered here because of him, his vision, and I'm glad to be a part of it, because the people think it's me, But
it really is. I think you, Dan. I think my father for allowing it to happen, because he's like the president. He can veto, he has the power to veto and shut everything down if it ain't happening to like it's supposed to be. And I always worry about that, because I want it at a standard that he can be proud of. And I appreciate my father for allowing me to do what I do, because I can do some crazy things sometimes. My mind can go way out there, and you be like, oh no, now what is he? Who's that he bringing up here? Some fun-looking guy there. What are he gonna do? He don't know whether he play an instrument or horn, or whether he's a setup man. He don't know he's the cook. What he's where he's man go and tear stuff down in here or write on the wall, or he don't know what's. But he trusts me in my vision. And he said, well, if Luther brought you in here, you must be okay.
That's true.
And so I have to sort of stand up to that and make sure that it's okay by him. And thank God that God's will is done through all of that.
Well, I have prayer for what he brings here, but really, if Luther is bringing it and whatever, I feel very, very comfortable with it. I don't have to go away and wonder, should they do this or should they do that and all of that. He knows the standard of the church. He was raised here, and he knows so much about the church, and he knows what the church stands for and what it don't, and so on like that. So when he said, I want to do something, most of the trouble we have with that is finding a good time, where most of us can be around and whatever, but just him doing it, I don't have any problem.
How much we are blessed.
Yes.
To have this opportunity today to do this video, and everybody's still around. Circle has not been broken, and we have nothing to complain about. Just lift up Jesus, and hey, you don't even have to pay for it. Folks just come in, and you guys just do it free. Y'all just give y'all service, and we don't have to pay you guys nothing for doing this video. It's just wonderful.
Now Luther's really happy now. He's happy. He's happy.
D.A. Johnson. Out of all the years I've been recording, I've always respected Malaco and his artists, the Jackson Southernaires, the Tops, Pilgrim Jubilees, the Angelics, all these people, the Willie Neal Johnson and the Mississippi Mass that come through Malaco, and had no idea that one day I would be a part of that family. And the top traditional gospel recording label in the world. Yeah. And for them to embrace us as they have this past year, and to think that we are somebody that we are bringing an addition to the company, it just blows my mind. It's just wonderful, and God is just so good.
Yes, He is.
Because we need the record company. We're not a record company.
Oh,
we have the songs, but we need a record company.
No, we can't do without them.
We're not there to fight them or whatever. We're just embracing them, that God will get the glory. And that we can continue doing what we've been doing all of our lives. Malaco can continue doing what they've been doing. We can put it together and make a greater thing.
That's true.
In the kingdom of the Lord. I'm
just
happy to be with Malaco.
Yes. I am too. I'm happy that it didn't leave me out and say, well, he's too old, I don't want to bother with him now, and so on. Yeah. But they has great respect for me, and I have a greater respect for them. And really, I'm in no shape now to go out and be looking for no record company and all that. Because when Air Record went out, and really he just put us over there, and I'm satisfied, because if he hadn't, we just wouldn't be there, because I'm too old and I got too much other things to do to go out and search for a record company and negotiate and this and that. I don't have any of that to do. They took what Al said, and I took what they said, and it was over, So I didn't have to go out and answer a whole lot of questions and a whole lot of things or whatever.
Yeah, fill out no application.
No application, nothing. They just asked me what did I want to do, and I asked them, what do you want me to do? And that was just it. So I appreciate that.
Smooth transition.
Yes, it was.
Smooth transition.
Yes, it was.